Hello, friends. This is Sukhwant Singh. Today, I shall talk to you about the stress that we have in our lives. There's no one, I believe, who can claim that he or she doesn't have any stress in his or her life. We all come across stressful situations, yet we find that few of us are capable of overcoming those stressful situations in a better way than others. We have few people who even succumb to these stressful situations and go into a situation which we call depression. So, how can we come out of stressful situations and remain happy? A professor once walked into the class with a glass of water, and his students, they thought that, well, he is going to ask the same question which many people ask, whether the glass is half full or half empty. And then he will point out to them and say, look at the don't be pessimistic, don't be optimistic, or something of that kind. But the professor had something else in his mind. He held the glass in his hand with water and asked the students a simple question, that how much do you think the glass is weighing? And the students made their wild guesses that ranged from a few grams. They said, well, it may be 100 grams, maybe 200 grams, maybe 300 grams. The professor said, the weight is not the issue over here. If I hold the glass for lesser time, whatever the weight of the glass is at present, it will not matter. But if he holds on to that same glass in that same position for 15 minutes, he will start feeling the weight of the glass. And if it is extended to half an hour or maybe 2-3 hours, well, it will become very strainful for him to hold on that same glass which initially was so comfortable to hold. And then the professor connected this with the stress that we come across in our lives. We come across situations which may not be to our liking, but then we should try to react to those situations in the best possible way. If it is possible for us to change the situation, we should change it. And if not, then we need to learn to accept the situation. Once we accept the situation, then things will change for us, will not be stressful. For example, when in Korba, I remember when I used to go to the class 11 or 12, and before leaving the class, if I had given some assignment, and next day when I used to go to the class and ask the students to respond, maybe out of 40 students, 6-7 students used to come with their assignments, and rest of them probably had not done so due to certain reasons. Now, what would I do in that situation? Will I start feeling stressful that my students are not doing my homework? On the other hand, I used to tell my students that, well, if you want me to remember you in this way, that you were not doing your home task, then it's okay. I'll remember you that way. You know, when I had said this, I'd gone to the staff room, and most of the students, they came rushing to me. They used the lunch hour to complete the task. So that was one way of dealing with the students. Well, that would be still not a very good example. What I am trying to tell is that we cannot change everyone. do as per our desires. We need to learn that if at all a few students are listening to us, I'm talking as a teacher, like if few of the students are readily listening to what we are advising them, we should feel pretty good about it. And if we remain stressful that, well, all 40 students have not done their job well, then we will be leading into a stressful situation for ourselves. On the other hand, like you cannot change everyone according to what you think is good. If we start doing that, we will be stressful. So we need to be practical in lives. We need to understand even our spouses cannot be like us. Even our children cannot be like us. Our parents may not be like us. The best thing which I feel is you need to talk over to them, talk with open mind, listen to them, let them also listen to what you have in your mind, and open-mindedly, if you find that their opinion is better than yours, we should be in a position to accept that and be grateful to them for changing us. So we should have a flexible mind, an open mind, and an understanding that, well, we cannot change everyone to our liking. That way we'll be less stressful, we'll not carry the weight of the glass for a very long time in our hands, and we can remain happy. Thank you so much for listening.